Hey, it's Go Pack Go, by the way.
Go Pat, go, baby.
Matthew, can you talk about your relationship with your grandmother and what that moment was to share with her and just how she influenced you?
Say it again, my fault.
Just with your grandmother, could you talk about the relationship you've had with her and how she's influenced you?
Yeah, that's definitely my best friend. We went through so much adversity. Just to be here and, cherish that moment with her, it means everything to me. And, if y'all don't know, we lost our property a couple years ago. And, I always told her whenever I was put in a position to get it back for her, I would.
Matthew, you heard that crowd out there. You're already home.
Yeah.
How do you feel to be here?
Man, I can't even explain the feeling. I'm so blessed to be here. God put me in this position, and I can't thank Him enough. So, just being able to play for an organization like this, it means everything.
You're coming into a receiver room that has a lot of options in it, but it's been criticized as maybe not having an elite option. What are you going to bring to that receiver room that might make you that elite option?
Definitely that dog mentality. Approaching it with a chip on my shoulder. I always got something to prove. I'm never complacent. I always want to get better. So just going in a room like that, and I'm just letting them know like I'm here to compete and I'm here to play. So being able to play for an offense like that is definitely gonna be exciting.
Matthew, you told me yesterday some of the guys that you want that to do in the game after Justin Jefferson on the same ground. Now you're in the same division.
Yeah.
Competing against them two games a year. How competing against them is going to help you become better all around play?
It's definitely gonna make me better. I always got the mindset to be the best on the field and be the best in the country. So to come out here and compete, I want to be the best. I always told myself that when I was younger that whenever I got the opportunity to show the world what I could do, that's what I'm gonna do.
Matthew, last name Golden. Now you play for the green and gold. The destiny.
Yeah, I think it all meant something, man. This gold suit, I think it gave him a good reason to come and get me.
Matthew, the Packers do not draft wide receivers in the first round.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Man, it means a lot. Just taking it in, like I said, this feeling, man, it's the best I ever felt. I put in so much work to get here, and man, I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Matthew, this town breeds football. What does it mean to be selected by the city, and what is your message to the fans of the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, my message to the fans is you're getting a complete player. You're getting a guy that's willing to come in and work each and every day. I want to win games, so whatever I got to do for the team, that's what I'm here to do.
Matthew, did you hear the ovation of the crowd over here?
Yeah, man, I
How'd
heard.
that make you feel?
Man, it made me feel good, Joe. My dog. There's no feeling like it. I can't even explain it. Just being out there, and just looking, hearing the crowd, man, it was crazy.
I think you got the biggest reception out of all of them because it was hosted right here in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And how excited are you to get going, Matthew?
And I'm excited. I love the game of football. I know I'm somewhere where they love the game of football, so that definitely means a lot to me. Like I said, man, the culture here, I felt it when I came up here, man. It's a tight group. They really care for each other. So, being able to play for an organization like this, man, it means a lot.
Matt, who are your top 5 receivers in the league right now, and which one does your game resemble the most?
I watch a lot of football. I watch a lot of the top receivers, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Amon St. Brown. The list goes on. But I'm here, I want to be better than them. I feel like if you didn't have that mindset, you set yourself short. So, just trying to chase them, I know it's going to make me better.
How do you prepare for the cold weather of the upper Midwest?
It's never been a problem for me. I know coming here, there's different conditions you got to play in, but if you love the game of football, you're going to do what it takes.
Matthew, can you talk a little bit about your pre-draft meetings with Green Bay and specifically with LaFleur and what role they see you playing on this team?
Whatever they need me to do, that's what I'm here to do. I just got drafted, so we ain't talked about all that. So, but I know whatever they need me to do, that's what I'm gonna do. And like I said, man, the coaching staff, it's a great organization. I know they're gonna push me to be the best version of myself each and every day. I can't wait for it.
Have you talked to Josh Jacobs yet?
Nah, I haven't. I can't wait though.
When your name was called, did it hit like how you thought it would, or did it hit differently?
Yeah, it definitely hit how I thought it would. Like I said, just going back to the times where, you know, a lot of people doubted me, didn't think I was going to get this far. You know, I always had the ones around me that loved me. You know, they set a great foundation for me. So, you know, always having confidence in myself that, you know I could do it. And to the younger kids out there, you know, I always told them, whatever you want to do, go do it. You know, you're the only one stopping yourself. You know, I always told myself that when I was younger.
If you could envision the perfect play, how would you draw it?
4th and 13. Definitely 4th and 13.
Jen Kelly Strong, I think the G on your necklace means Green Bay Golden.
Yeah, see, you got it. You got it. I think you're the only one that said that.
And one more, your grandmother.
Yeah, that's my heart, man. And she actually grew up a Green Bay Packers fan, so she was definitely excited, and you could tell, you know, she started crying once I got called here. And I know she gonna love it down here too, so.
Matthew, Xavier Worthy last year, you this year, first-round picks. Is this going to be an annual tradition for Texas? And then what's your relationship like with Xavier, and what have your conversations been like?
Yeah, it's definitely the standard. Going there, it definitely changed my life, man. You know, just as far as coaches and relationships I built over time, you know, they definitely get you ready for the next level. I can't thank Coach Sark enough, you know, him and his coaching staff for trusting me to be able to go there, man. And that's the standard. You know, we're going to have a lot more next year.
Matthew, the Packers haven't had a great track record of keeping receivers for a long time. Do you envision being here for a long time? Would you like to be here for a while?
Yeah, I definitely do. You know, that's my mindset. I don't want to go nowhere else. You know, when I call the place home, it sticks with me. You know, that's where my loyalty lands. That's something I live through. And, you know, just being here, I don't want to go nowhere else.
How long do you plan on staying in the stands after your first Lambeau week?
Say that one more time.
How long do you plan on staying in the stands after your first Lambeau week?
Man, I'm going to be there for a minute. I'm going to be there for a minute.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Golden. Welcome to Green Bay.
Thank you.
Go Pack.
Say go Pack go one more time.
Go Pack, go, baby.
Woo!